Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master here. I'm just doing a couple of videos today. Been a little while, probably about 4 days, I think, since I last did some videos. So this one is about some really good news that's going on right now, and related to videos that I've done before. Of course, done a shit ton of them, and that is the virus. So right now, looking at cases are continuing to climb down. And I just wonder if that astrological stuff was showed that graph going down. If that was at the end of the day, is that going to align perfectly with that? Because it's looking like at least a strange coincidence that we're kind of getting out of this hole that we were in. And honestly, in my own life, it's kind of weird because relating this to December of 2019, where things started to go to shit in my own life. There's several things that happened, some that I'm not going to share on here. And then that led to part of that was a breakup in January of 2020. And then my job um, had changed. But now we're going back to where we were in 2019 as far as the job goes. And things are kind of looking up in every area. So I don't know. I mean, they said a lot of stuff about. I watched a lot of these bizarre New Age people talking about the astrological alignments and all that over the months, and I don't know. It just makes you wonder. But it's good news. So more good news is that they're peeling back the restrictions once again in the county where I live, and now they've increased gathering limits. You don't have to, I no longer have to do this or that. I'd have to read them all. Um, Obviously, I still hang out with people and stuff, and I have been since probably about May, June of 2020. Nobody's gotten sick. Nobody's died that we know of. Um, as far as anybody in my personal circle of people. So, of course, it's controversial that I didn't follow these rules and guidelines, but that's the way it is. But you can call it a bubble, I guess, as an excuse, I suppose. But some other good news is that I guess Iowa has also decided to not further their mask mandate any longer, and that's another thing that people are probably happy about. Now, you're talking about places like Iowa or South Dakota or places like that are sparsely populated. It's like at the end of the day, I don't think it's really like necessary that we, say they're all these evil people. If you look at the numbers compared to other states that lock down have mask mandates, as far as proportion of population, it's probably not all that, all that different at the end of the day. These lockdown states and non-lockdown states, especially the smaller ones, population-wise. I mean, do people really think that Wyoming needs to lock down for 6 months because of the spread of the virus? I mean, somewhere like that, it's like, where are they gonna? I mean, are they gonna go in a mountain on top of the mountain by themselves and quarantine? So I don't know. It's just really, it just gets ridiculous, these debates and these arguments. But another thing that I've thought about today was a conversation I had with a friend a couple months ago, who I do hang out with him in real life, by the way. And he was saying that, he thinks a lot of this hoopla with regards to everything is because of cancel culture. And I think, it pushes you into these weird, awkward positions where you might, you're pushed to one side or the other by the way that the political zeitgeist has been pushed in regards to our modern society. So if you're like skeptical about a mask mandate being constitutional or lockdowns being necessary, or people wanting to, maybe not wanting to have a lockdown without a UBI, or not wanting to lock down because, simple science, because of the numbers or whatever. You're pushed into this box, by our society. So that creates groupthink. And I was just thinking, maybe in a way some of these lockdowns were probably perpetuated by cancel culture being there. So there's just some thoughts. But I think we're at a new precipice now. Knock on wood, of course, because it could go any way at any time. Do I think that it's going to get worse because of these variants and all this stuff? Well, I know the variants have been around for a while, and they have not caused a surge in the numbers of cases. You look at the graphs, and it continues to go down. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe tomorrow it'll go up, to 100,000 a day again, or 5. I don't think so, though. I think there's some inborn immunity, and I think there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about how this virus works. And it was kind of funny because I was watching Stone Gremlin's channel about movies, and his review of the new Stand series. And there was like a comment made in that series, like by this girl, this one of the characters. She's like, well, maybe the virus will burn itself out. The virus in that fictional, book and series, right? And I was saying, like, I made a comment, I was like, burn itself out, isn't that like wouldn't you get like canceled for saying that now about the current crisis? Because most viruses will burn themselves out because they won't have a host carrier because the person's already immune. That's what happened with Spanish flu. That's what's happened with a lot of pandemics. So what we might be seeing is it's some variation of that playing out. And I'm not a scientist or epidemiologist, but it looks like, some of that might be happening in some areas. And there was some big time medical institution recently said, because of, dare I say the dreaded word, herd immunity, and with combination of the vaccine, or I should say because of the infection rate and the vaccine mixed together, might create some herd immunity by May of 2021 in some areas. And that makes sense to me, actually. I think that might be happening. Just look at the cases. They're going down and down. It's just so weird. Now, I hope I'm right. I wasn't right last time. I think it was summer I did a video where I predicted the virus will be gone by October. I was watching like that David Katz guy on YouTube when he was saying that, and just like, I could be wrong. Maybe it'll be here forever. We'll, have to be muzzled forever with 5 masks by next year. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, because of the fact that these variants probably have been going around for a while. And unless they become a really big thing with increasing the case rate, then I think we're on the decline. I just see it as, the symbiosis between the cases going down, maybe this self-fulfilling prophecy of these, new age people of the astrology, and just the fact that it's not 2020 anymore, because that was the bad year. And it was a bad year for me from December 2019 pretty much until a couple weeks ago. I was having still stuck in that trap, and I feel like I'm less in that trap because though it's all personal, it's all self-absorbed kind of stuff. The fact that my job has improved to resemble where it was before, because December we were, I take different kinds of calls at my job, and we were kind of going into these territory where it was like you're a frontline person again, like, because I got a promotion, and then for about a year and some months I was doing this other job, but they're throwing us back into this role, and it wasn't getting that bad. And then some other personal events happened in December, Then I got the breakup in January, and it was hell, all on that line. Other than there's some good moments, but like reconciling with some family members and just various things like that. Getting more into certain things, moving, some good things came out of it, but it was just a hellscape until maybe in some ways until February, started. So a little bit after that, and it just seems like things are different now in my life. And I want to keep the positive vibe and the positive thinking. So that's about all.